Lost Girl. Alright, we have episode 10 of season 5 of Lost Girl. It is titled Like Father, Like Daughter. Let's do it.
It's contained.
So was Hannibal Lecter. Didn't last.
True.
I mean, I wasn't in control of it, but it worked. That's all that matters. It's the perks to having a succubus.
Oh my gosh, Bo, you're so stupid.
Yeah. Except to think I was the one being the succubus.
Do they have to just spell these things out for the audience? We get it.
It just appears that you're in need of some guidance.
Who doesn't need some guidance from Hades?
Men in Black look into the device closer. I like the freckles on your nose close.
Are they just trying to throw a love interest for Dyson in the last, 6 episodes? Ksenia Solo! I got spoiled. I knew she was coming back. Kenzie! Yes! With your hair color like you just came from Orphan Black. Ba, 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 ba.
Hola.
Hola yourself.
No. No, Kenzie, don't have the hots for him.
I came here first. When you guys weren't here, I tracked you down. Well, welcome back.
What's your angle, Kenzie? Something's up.
Something happened in Spain. I needed to see you.
Yep, there it is.
There's someone I want you to meet.
Who now? My gosh, bring in some other character I'm probably not gonna like.
It's never been on display. That painting was an urban legend at Valkyrie School.
It's real though.
Valkyrie School.
You look good.
Tamsin, your feelings? Vex!
What am I gonna do?
Meth.
You go mad.
Movement. Elevation. Traction. Heat.
No, just do meth. Just do meth. Do you have, all of the powers, Lauren? That's awesome. Sweet! You're like the rogue of the Fey world.
Meth.
Oh yeah. Movement, evacuation, titties, head.
That's fair.
First the succubus. Now Mesmer.
Well, you don't have to speak everything, Lost Girl. We can work things out.
This is now a vessel or a host to someone called Hera, who may actually...
Why would you leave these files laying around?
You're a believer in the paranormal.
Yeah, totally.
Werewolves?
They don't like to be called that.
That's our word, thank you very much.
What do you know about art? Only everything. I mean, there's Banksy and also Banksy.
That's about it.
They call it...
Please don't.
No one wants to be touched.
Is that a loose thread?
Don't touch the girl. Germaphobe, succubus's worst enemy.
That won't be necessary. Oh. Sorry. Allergies.
Just to be a jerk. She should have sneezed on the chick's face and then touched her while her eyes were closed. What's your game, Kenzie? What are you up to? You just nearly grabbed that guy's junk to get his keys and he didn't even notice it. Mark, I hate you. You're an idiot. Oh my god, Mark, shut up. I freaking hate Mark as a character and a plot device. When Bo walks, her hair swishes in the back like Jan Brady's from the Brady Bunch.
Well, you go all 90s. I'll just be here with a stick of Big Red.
That is not Big Red. The package was blue. They're like, it's the end of the show. Laser grid. Let's go with the laser grid. I don't know why she's doing all that contortionist stuff. The closest laser to the ground is 3 feet. Just crawl. Seriously, chick, just army crawl through them. God. Why are you crawling backwards? Just crawl forwards. Oh, because we wanted a shot of her butt. That's why. Why is there a bird in there? Oh, yeah, that's why. Oh, you're evil! Maybe it's like a stepmom that's willing to bang you isn't a great chick.
You don't want to dance with me. And yet somehow I seem to remember we perfected the box step. You tricked me. Tell me, do you prefer Perseides or Hadaphne?
Ship names. Don't kiss.
I got hit by a truck. Bo held me. I sucked her chi and I survived.
First question Hades should have is why were you stupid enough to be in the road?
You're taking on the fey powers of those you touch.
You're rogue.
Shapeshifter?
Mark, you're an effing idiot. Mark, leave the show. Why exactly did he bring her here? Just ignore her. Tell her she can't live in the gym anymore. How do you know you lined those licorice things up properly?
I don't have a middle name.
Is that what you've been told?
What's your middle name? Lauren's gonna be the siren, isn't she? What with all the powers and the things?
You know the rules as well as I do, Dyson. She's at risk, and she is a risk.
Kill her.
Then I think you know what you need to do.
You need to claim her.
It's a trap.
Persephone, I hate you.
Now, sing the notes.
Really? You guys had to walk in, come to a stop, say now, sing the notes, get ready to point, and give her time to shoot you in the throat with lightning.
There's a song I've been dying to hear. It's called, Succubus Go Bye-Bye.
That's a stupid title. Although it gives Lauren time to sing. Lauren's gonna grab him and do it herself. Because this show is so full of twists and turns.
A serious case of bitch.
Bitch diagnosis. Bo's like, the F is going on?
Claiming you.
This show should have made this character likable first before he claimed her. I'm uninterested. Lacking in interest.
I get to be with you forever. Are you fate or just a conduit? I don't understand.
Yeah, how do you know if you get to live longer? Lauren's gonna turn evil.
Don't try and be too smart, darling.
Yeah, parents should teach you not to be smart. And just like that, Kinsey's gone. This freaking show.
Nice magic trick. Rewriting the first song.
What the what?
They not only bought it, they wrapped it up with a bow.
Oh, you jerk. Oh, shoot. Is there, like, no security in Lauren's lab? Duh. Of course, there's another picture underneath. It's the horsey. Alright, so in this episode, Kinsey comes back, and it was uneventful. I'm like, yay, when's Kinsey gonna come back? And then she does, and I was just like, meh. How did Lost Girl make Kinsey boring? So it starts with Dyson and Bo on a stakeout, and they're watching Z's place. Dyson's like, look at me, I have snacks. That girl that no one cares about in my gym gave me snacks. Clearly I'm leading on that she's going to be important later in the show. Bo's like, oh, I got a phone call. It's Lauren. Hey, Lauren. Isn't it really good that even though I didn't try at all, I somehow gave you chi? Lauren's like, yeah, no, that was great. And then she hangs up and is like, but it was me. Practically to the camera. Yeah, we get it. And here Bo's like, oh my gosh, I'm way more powerful than I thought. I mean, I probably could have saved Hill. I could save anyone. And he's like, oh, maybe it's because your dad's around. It's like, maybe quit being retarded and realize you didn't do that at all. Lauren's in her lab talking to Bo's dad. And he's like, you applied that virus ointment treatment I told you about, didn't you? And she's like, yeah, I think I'm like a fae now or something. Then the house they're watching has a limo pull up in front, and they're like, that must be Z. And then out steps Kinsey, but she looks exactly like her character on Orphan Black, probably because they were filming at the same time. Way more muted down Kinsey. Basically, Shay gets out of the limo. They're back at the clubhouse, and Kinsey's like, I've been gone 5 minutes, and all these developments have happened. And she basically just recaps the show since she left. But then she points out Dyson's son is like, oh, he's so cute. And it's like, no, Kinsey, you might think he's cute because you don't know him yet. He's an idiot. Bo's like, Kinsey, how have you been? And Kinsey's like, I'm super rich over there, but I came back because there was an incident. And then comes Tamsin's, like, only appearance in the episode, which is, like, 3 minutes long, and she's mainly just sitting at the bar listening to other people talk. Basically, over at the castle Kinsey's been living at, there was a painting, and someone came to steal the painting, but the painting was put to auction, and then you realize that the person who was coming to check on her was Hell's grandfather, and Hell had the painting, and stupid stuff. The painting has some sort of powers, and Z wants it, so they tied up Kinsey, but she was saved by Hell's grandfather, and now they gotta find the painting. Then Vex makes an appearance in this episode, and he's in Lauren's lab, and he's like, hey, my hand's been hurting, can you, like, look at it? So she's touching his hand, and as she's moving it, the patient in the next bed is moving everything she's doing, and then she's like, holy crap, I'm a freaking mesmer. So, like, as she's holding on to Vex, she's making this guy do stuff. And it's like, okay, we get it. You're rogue. I mean, side note, she's knocking the crap out of this patient. This guy is, like, sitting in the bed, clearly needing to be in a hospital already, and she's just slamming his body into crap as an experiment. As Vex leaves, she's talking to herself, and she's like, first a succubus, now a mesmer. It's like, we get it. Us, the audience, already saw it. Quit speaking your plot. Meanwhile, at Dyson's gym, that chick that no one cares about but was married to the body that got taken over by Hera, she's like, Dyson, I know what you are. Look at me, I found these folders, and you're a believer in the paranormal. And Dyson's like, oh, thank God, she's really stupid. Just then, a stupider person walks in, Mark. Dyson's like, Mark, help her look up paranormal research. And then he leans in and is like, be careful what you say. Don't tell her anything real. And Mark's like, I got it, Dad. Just then, Kinsey and Bo are at the museum looking for the painting because it got auctioned off somewhere. Bo's telling Kinsey about her dad. Kinsey's like, I'm a shadow thief, but you know, this is going to be a hard place to break into. Oh, wait, look it. There's tours that go by. Bo goes to meet with this, like, curator chick, and she's like, I want to see cooler paintings. And she leans over to, like, succubus the chick, and the chick's like, whoa, freaking germs, get away. The chick puts, like, hand sanitizer and gloves on and just does not want Bo to touch her. Bo's like, crap, that's, like, the one thing I can do. Bo's finally like, okay, look, I want this specific art lot and this specific painting. Can I at least see it? The lady's like, look, we reserve those for, like, serious bidders, and you are a freaking weirdo, so no. And then just to be a jerk, Bo sneezes on her on the way out just to watch her freak out. Then they did this entire scene that probably would have been really fun, like last season, but it's Kinsey trying to jump full speed back into her Kinsey wacky silliness. Kinsey's walking around with the tour group, and she's just making crap up as she goes along, and she does all these silly little, like, Kinseyisms that aren't that funny when she just jumps back into the show, and without any real ceremony tries to just resume her role that she's been gone for so long. The whole bit kind of fell flat. But it just ends in Kinsey pushing this chick into the painting to be like, oh yeah, there are lasers here. And as the security comes to get the chick, she steals his key card, which she totally nearly grabbed the guy's junk, and apparently he just didn't notice that. Mark's with that chick down at Dyson's gym, and he just is an idiot, so he just basically spills the beans to this chick because he's really sad about Iris dying. You knew her for like 3 days, also you're an idiot, and this is serious stuff you're dealing with. So while Kinsey is at the museum kind of just waiting, Bo goes in to find this vault with all these lasers. She uses the key card and gets in, and then it cuts to this, like, scene of her just trying to get through the laser grid, and it's mainly just made to show that someone's doing the splits and her butt. Close-ups of her butt. As she gets to the other side of the laser grid, there's a bird in there. The bird just flies right through the grid and lands, and it's Persephone. Like, look, I'm bound to your father, and I'm sent here to get this painting and take it back to him. Bo's like, look, I'm in control of my father. He's all caged up. And Persephone's like, okay, well then I guess you're in charge of me. And then Bo's like, okay, you're free. Free to go. Bye. Hug it out. Then Bo's like, wait a minute, maybe you could tell me what this painting's about anyway before you leave. Persephone's like, it contains the last song. No clue what that means. Ask your dad. Bye. Then there's a scene that's kind of unneeded. It's just Lauren talking to Hades, kind of reiterating everything that's happened with her. She took some weird serum-y thing. She's a conduit. She can take powers from whatever fae as long as she's touching them. And the only thing that would be slightly needed was to see that she's confiding in Hades, but it was just reiterating stuff we already know. Dyson gets back to the gym to find that Mark, like the complete idiot he is, has told this chick everything. She's like, I deserve to know, blah, blah, blah. Dyson's like, you don't deserve anything. But just to be nice, I'll take you to Lauren's lab and tell you everything. He takes her to see her husband / Hera's body, tells her everything. Really stupid. Bo and Kinsey are back at Trix looking at the painting. They're like, this painting apparently contains a song that can banish the ancients. Then she's like, brainstorm, give me some licorice. So she like sets out these like musical bars and then sees that there's like a little musical pattern notes thing from side to side. They see the little song written on the picture, so they're like, okay, we have to have the ancestor, like the first siren dude sing it. So we're going to have Hell's dad sing this at one of the ancients and banish them. Bo and Kinsey take the painting to show it to Bo's dad. She's like, look at it, I got this. And he's like, oh, that's really cool. Word of warning, that song has to come in contact with someone they want to banish. That can also be you. People can banish you. They're like, okay, where's Z? We gotta banish Z. Where would she go if she lost everything? And they're like, she'd go to her family. So they're like, we gotta go get Persephone to set Z up. They get Persephone to the clubhouse. They're like, hey, help us set up your mom / dad. It takes some convincing. Persephone finally is like, okay, but what if one of us gets hurt? And just then Lauren's like, I walked in and no one heard me, but I'll help you guys out. Dyson and Trick are at the doll, and Dyson's like, look, this chick's learning all this information about us, and I don't want her to be hurt, because apparently I really like her, even though we have absolutely no chemistry, and I have no reason to keep her around. And Trick's like, you know what you gotta do? He's gonna claim her. It's stupid, but he's gonna do it. Persephone meets up with Z, and Z's like, oh, I tried to help you, but, you know, you ate some crap and trapped yourself. Persephone's like, oh, you abandoned me, but I'm gonna hug you just to tell you that it's a trap. She Admiral Akbar'd that chick. It's a trap! Just then, and for no real reason, Lauren, Bo, Hell's grandfather, and Kinsey just walk up in a line. Kinsey's holding the painting, and they're like, now! Sing the song now! You could have just been hiding behind a pillar and just sang the song at her without even announcing your presence, but no. They give Z enough time to just shoot lightning right into Hell's grandfather's throat and seize up his vocal cords. I mean, they needed to have some sort of plot device to make Lauren come in and save the day, but hang on. Z's holding the dude and she's like, sing for me. Everyone's like, you effed up his throat, he can't sing. Then Bo's like, no, take me, I'll find my way back. Lauren, go fix his throat so she can banish me, because that's a great idea. And like, duh, Lauren goes and touches him and then just sings the song at Z after making some stupid snarky comment. Everyone's like, what the F, you're like a fae? And she's like, oh, I needed to talk to you about something. Dyson has that chick meet him at the doll, and then he's like, it's really hard for me to express myself. I'm really secretive, and I like to protect my heart, but come inside, I want to tell you something. He basically does the whole thing, tells her about the fae, claims her. She's like, I don't want to be claimed by no one. And then he's like, no, it's really sweet. I've never done it before. I want to protect you. And she's like, okay, change my mind. Great idea. I mean, that really annoys me. This character is pretty freaking pointless, has no chemistry, nothing that even makes her slightly interesting to watch. Her story's kind of boring, and there's no real reason to keep her around. But he's gonna claim her because he needs some vague type love interest type person for the end of the series. So back at the clubhouse, Lauren calls Vex over and she's like, Bo, watch this. She holds Vex's hand. She makes Bo move around because she's mesmering her. She's like, look at whoever I'm touching, I can use their powers and I weaken that person because I'm directly ripping off X-Men. Vex is like, this is super powerful. I mean, people are totally going to want to know about it. What happens when Ebony finds out? Bo's like, you're not going to tell her though, right? Vex is like, yeah, I won't tell her, but I'm going to be mad about it. Vex used to be a freaking awesome, powerful character. Now he's just a freaking boring puppy dog. Bo is voicing her concerns, and Lauren's like, no, this is the best thing ever. There's no downside. I've been examined, and I'm fine. Bo's like, who examined you? And she's like, no one. No, I mean, certainly not your dad. Lauren's like, are you happy for me? I get to live forever. But there was no stipulation that explained she would live forever. She's just assuming stuff. Bo's like, I'm happy for you, and hugs her, but Bo ain't happy. So later it's just Bo and Kinsey in the clubhouse, and Kinsey's like, so I can stay, right? And Bo's like, no, it's too dangerous. I don't want you here when my dad's around. Bo, Kinsey has been there for everything, and she has survived, and she has thrived. Don't pretend you're making her leave just because your dad showed up. You're making her leave because her contract says she only has to be in a few episodes this season. Kinsey says some words of wisdom about not being so smart that you get yourself killed, and then she just leaves. Later, Hades is sitting in his little cell with the painting, and who walks in? It's Z. She ain't dead. Z's like, well, they bought it, and he's like, yeah, I know. I'm pretty smart. Bo's really dumb. Z's like, so what are you even doing here, Hades? And he's like, look, you can't stop me. You're in a tiny woman body. He's like, don't concern yourself with what I'm doing. Just leave my freaking daughter alone. Z's like, look, my daughter turned on me. What's to say your daughter's not going to turn on you? He's like, I'm super freaking smart. Daddy knows best. She'll come to see things my way. Don't you worry about Bo. Who knows? She probably will. Bo's really stupid lately. Z's walking out, and Hades is like, look, there's no point in resisting me. She gets all huffy and just finally leaves. He turns back to the painting and just grabs the face of it and rips it off. And underneath is a picture of a big old horsey with wings, breathing fire on some people. And you're like, oh, we're back to that whole horsey storyline. Okay. Close up on his face, credits. I'm mad. I'm mad because I've been waiting so long for Kinsey to come back, and I didn't like it. Kinsey didn't even return. Shay from Orphan Black returned. They tried to throw some Kinseyisms here and there. Some of it was fun, but for the most part, it was like, let's see how many Kinsey jokes and Kinsey silliness we can throw into one episode, because that's all we have her for right now. I don't really know where the story's going at this point. I know it's been very predictable on a point-by-point basis, but in the overarching thing to lead up to the finale, I don't really know what's going to happen, so that's kind of exciting. So, like, looking down the tunnel, I don't know what's going to come, but every step on the way there, they kind of just broadcast what they're going to do before it happens, so each episode kind of plays out exactly how I thought it would. So what's Hades' big plan? I don't know. So that's kind of exciting. But I'm sad to say I'm underwhelmed, and that really upsets me. So what did you guys think of the episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did I leave anything out? Drop a comment, let me know. Don't forget to do the things, rate, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Until next time.